everyone, welcome to ConExpo 2020. I'm Diana Henry here with Bob Rauhof from Geotab. Bob, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's talk off-road segment. Why is Geotab in this?
Well, of course, we work in the on-highway segment. Everybody knows us for that worldwide. We've got the world's largest number of activations on-road, over 2 million and counting. And an obvious move for us, we already had a Go Rugged device in place that could work with the large trucks. It also works in the construction environment, and it allowed us to move over pretty seamlessly. A lot of the same things we're already doing from a reporting standpoint and a data collection standpoint work in the off-road segment. We've had to fill in some gaps with the solution, but it was a natural move. There's a lot of space for improvement. With the open architecture that we employ on our platform, it allows us to really bring in a lot of data from other sources, whether it's another device, through another platform, using APIs and things like that. So it allows us to really take the construction market and allow these guys to coagulate their information in one place, so to speak. Basically get to use one user interface versus having to use several. And because our platform plays really well like that, that was one move we thought would be a smart way to do it, to get in there, allow them some options as far as collecting data, looking at data, using data. And it was an easy move for us because we were already part of the way there.
Yeah, proven and data, super important. What are some of the issues facing heavy equipment industries that telematics can solve?
Well, location, utilization, fuel usage, maintenance, those are all big ones. Maintenance, you want to be able to schedule your preventative maintenance, your oils and filters and hydraulic oil changes and checks and all that type of stuff. You want to be able to keep that on a regular schedule to provide longer life for your equipment. Also in the maintenance area, you want to be able to prevent any kind of catastrophic failure, especially where engines are concerned, because they're quite expensive, of course. And so you can see all of the different parameters that your engine's producing, your different temperatures, pressures, things like that, with your oil, your coolant, manifold, all the things that are inside that engine. And if you see something getting out of whack, it'll send you an alert and let you know, hey, maybe you need to check this out, or even shut the equipment down.
You want to avoid downtime.
Absolutely. Well, that's the key to all of it, right? I mean, all those things I just mentioned, it plays into avoiding downtime. If you know where your equipment is, it's easier to send your delivery drivers, your mechanics, all those things to it when they're picking it up or whether they're just servicing it. Some of these job sites are quite large, and I've seen guys spend 1, 2, even 3 hours sometimes trying to find a piece of equipment to either pick it up or work on it. So location is very key. Utilization really touches on a bunch of different things in different segments of the construction market. Like if you're looking at the rental companies, it allows them to see accurately how much that equipment's being used so they can charge their customers for the time it's used. There's a lot in the past how they do that. A lot of times that time gets written off, or there's arguments, which is not conducive to a healthy relationship with your customers. And you get to avoid all that with telematics because it's right there, it's automatic, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you can't argue with it.
Exactly, there's no arguing with the truth. So, and it puts it in front of them so they can see it and they don't have to guess. So it makes it really easy that way. Utilization to private companies allows them to make sure that they're using their usage across their fleet. So in other words, you got a few pieces of equipment and you're putting all your hours on 2 or 3 of them, and you got 2 or 3 others just sitting on the yard. This allows you to monitor that, make sure you're dispersing that equally so that the equipment kind of stays the same as it goes through age. And you get to the end, it's all equal versus having a piece of equipment that's 7 years old with 20 hours on it, right? I mean, that's a little bit, those numbers are a little extreme, but that's the kind of thing you're trying to avoid. So it equals the value across your fleet.
Kind of like tires, right? Like if you're misusing tires on various parts of your car, it's just not going to wear the same.
That's a pretty good analogy, yeah, absolutely. And the big thing too, at the end of life, when you're selling this equipment, if you've got all those maintenance records for the equipment, it actually brings extra value. Now, I've heard some people say it brings as much as 5 or 10% to the actual end-of-life sale value versus what you would get without those records.
That is significant.
That's a lot.
To say the least.
Exactly, because some of them some of this equipment costs hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
And if you can get a 5% bump on that, that's to the good.
That is. Talk to us a little bit about the recent Donaldson filter minder launch.
Well, Donaldson is one of the largest filter companies out there, and Filter Minder is what they've developed to gather the data from their filters and transmit it outwards. So we've integrated that into the Geotab platform. So now that the information that you're getting from the filters, usage, wear, that type of information that you need to know when you need to change those filters, it's coming right into your platform. You can monitor it from your laptop, from your tablet, or even from your phone. So whether you're using the app or whether you're logging into the user interface, you can gather the information from Donaldson. They provide for a lot of on-road trucks, even into heavy equipment. So it's not just the equipment in this case, even the class 6, 7, and 8 trucks that we monitor. And we've got almost 500,000 of those right now within our customer base. all of those guys, a lot of them use Donaldson, and it allows them to gather that information as well. And right now we're the only platform that they're supporting. So it's a huge partnership for both of us to allow our customers to gather that data through those filters, and then of course provide that for Donaldson's customers as well. So it's work out well for both of us.
Wonderful. Well, lots of exciting stuff.
Absolutely.
Good. Bob from Geotab, thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of the show.
Thank you, Diane. It's good.